Hello, Bhavna. Hi, how are you?
Hi, Dimple. Good to see you.
Good, good, good to see all of you. We have so many new guests today.
I,
Uh,
I
yeah,
can.
Pranavji, everybody else, Atulji, Robert, everyone, welcome to Healing Circle.
Thank you.
Great. So, we have with our guest speaker today, Ms. Bhavna Isar. And today's theme is going to be caring for the caregivers and different perspective of cancer patients and their caregivers. So I'm sure it will be amazing conversation when two caregivers talk to each other about cancer patients' journey and what they go through in their entire during their entire journey. So before we begin, we'll go through the guidelines of Healing Circle. Healing Circle talks, they are based on the foundation of kindness and respect. We all agree to treat each other with kindness and respect, listen with compassion and curiosity. We honor each other's unique way of living, assume advice, or try to fix each other. We hold all the stories shared in the circle within us.
सबके अपने experience.
Yeah. And we trust each of us has guidance we need within us. We rely on the power of silence to access it. So thank you so much, everyone, for this today's Healing Circle talks. And I will introduce Ms. Bhavna Isar. She is CEO of Caregiver Sati, which is a caregiver support organization. They support terminally ill patients, including cancer patients. And we are going to listen to, from her about the dynamics of caregiving, especially for cancer patients and their family members, and not just cancer patients, but also all other people, because we all go through hardships in our life. देर आर ऑलवेज टाइम कम्स ड्यूरिंग अवर टाइम जहाँ पे हमें केयर गिवर्स की जरूरत पड़ती है. जरूरत नहीं, जरूरी नहीं है कि हमेशा तबीयत खराब हो तभी जरूरत पड़ती. मे बी आप किसी मेंटल ट्रॉमा से निकल रहे हो, मे बी यू आर फीलिंग लोनली, यू आर फीलिंग अलोन, या कुछ भी ऐसा आपका फेज आता है जहाँ पे यू नीड अ फ्रेंड, यू नीड अ कंपेनियन, यू नीड अ केयर गिवर हु कैन take care of you. So this is what we are going to talk today. So, Bhavna, I will invite you to talk about how you started Caregiver Sathi and the vision. And we have so many cancer patients, cancer winners, and it's also live on Facebook. So, many other people are going to listen to it. So, we can share something which other people who are going through a similar journey or have gone through are going to benefit from it. So, I will just unmute you and just request you to share your journey. Can you please unmute yourself? Yeah, thank you.
Thank you so much, Dimple. I am so delighted to be here. Been with so much love and affection that I have, looked at your journey, for example, and I have looked at the journeys of so many people that one has encountered. I think for me personally, and what I'd like to share with everybody is that. My father was terminally ill with a neurological condition, and that was around the same time in my life stage, like it was for you. I was in my B school, and he was, ailing. My response was very different, and of course, our relationship was very different. So, my response was more to be the support for my family. And my mother was the primary caregiver. And I, as the caregiver to the caregiver, could see her journey in a certain way. And my response was to support her to the best of my capability. But at the same time, I think I took a position to say, how can I be the provider, or how can I be the support giver, or be at a little bit of a distance? And I think losing my dad at that age and at that stage, 21 years today, but was something that significantly impacted the whole family. But like happens in most families, so was our family, right? We were all these people who were posing, who were very strong and had this idea what strong means. And we were posing to be very strong for each other, lest, if I showed my weakness, how would that impact my mother? I also had my dadi, or my paternal grandmother, who outlived my dad by 17 years eventually. So it was her, and then my brother, and so on and so forth. So I think the response was more like, how can we be strong and there for each other? And I think when I look back today, I got busy with my life, uh, the regular stuff, build a career, have a family, etc., etc. Many years down the line, I needed to find something that gave me purpose in my life, which I felt was closely linked to what my life experience had been. So I was also very influenced by Randy Pausch's The Last Lecture. And for those of you who are not familiar with it, Randy Pausch was a professor of computer science in Cornell University, and at the age of 42, had pancreatic cancer. And there's a tradition in that college where you give something, if you knew, you gave something called the last lecture. In his case, it was poignantly true. He knew that it could potentially be his last lecture. So his lecture is very significant and poignant. In it is a little bit of a communication to his children, but is a lesson actually for each one of us about how to live. I would strongly recommend. It's a book as well, or a video. Anyone can watch. It significantly influenced me. And I decided to make a list, literally, of all my childhood dreams and all the things that I'd like to do in my life before I died. And literally from that point, I decided to create a shift in my career, which had been predominantly corporate up until then, to say that, how can I include other things that I'm fond of? And that led to, for starters, my motorcycle riding. And that led to wanting to do something for the social good, or wanting to go beyond what a typical career can do. And many other things. So, for example, I have these hobbies, this is what I'd like to do, so on and so forth. So, I literally have that checklist which I go after. And to cut a very long story short, it led to me exploring that what is it that is my life experience, and what is it that I have the capability of, what is it that perhaps the world needs, and how can I contribute, what will make me feel like I have lived purposefully. um, I'm also a fellow of an organization called Sumedhas, where I had gone through personal development labs, something called Learning Theatre. And my mentor, Raghu, would often ask this question, which is, are you leading a dharmic life? And the question of leading a dharmic life was that, can you take your personal suffering to beyond your personal experience? So that question was rankling, and it bothered me, and I needed to figure out what I could do from what I had experienced as personal suffering. But could I take it to something that would make a difference to other people, as much as give me an opportunity to heal myself? I find many points of intersection with the way that you look at things and the way that you speak, and how my journey has been. So it's been important for me to find avenues to heal from my experience. And I think setting up Caregiver Sathi, therefore, was a way for me to find purpose as well as heal myself. And, I did start originally by looking at patients and families of multiple system atrophy, which is what my father had. And I do have a particular interest in neurological conditions. But as I did my research across medical conditions, my finding was that the family caregiver is actually the common denominator, irrespective of the medical condition. And when it comes to terminally ill or people that may have chronic life limiting conditions, then the caregiver burden is fairly universal. And there are many things that are common. Of course, there are, challenges and uniqueness of the medical condition. Cancer will be different from multiple system atrophy, will be different from Parkinson's, and so on. And there is nothing to take that away. But there will still be lots of things that are common. And can we therefore shine the light on the caregiver and not just the patient, so that the caregiver and the patient can actually lead a full life? So, as I was thinking about this session today, I could not help but reference this very old film. I don't know, many people here may or may not have seen it. It's Anand, and the very popular dialogue that Rajesh Khanna says, "Zindagi lambi nahi, badi honi chahiye," right? And interestingly, he was one of the characters, a very filmy character to have had cancer. So that's in short my journey so far.
Thank you, Bhavna, for sharing this wonderful journey. It always starts with the hardships and what we go through in our life. हम लोग कभी ना कभी हमारी लाइफ में एक ऐसा फेज आता है जहाँ पे we realize कि okay, now what really matters. क्या सच में मतलब क्या मैटर करता है? जैसे जब मेरी लाइफ में फेज आया था तो तब तक मैं किसी और ही दुनिया में थी कि एमबीए हो गया, working with Bank of New York, and then planning for future and all of those things. But then, and जैसे जिंदगी चल रही थी वैसे चल रही थी, and I'm sure बहुत लोग यहाँ पे जो है वो इस चीज से रिलेट कर पाएंगे, क्योंकि हम सब लोग किसी न किसी हार्डशिप से निकले हैं. और जब वो परिस्थिति आई जहाँ पे Nitesh was diagnosed with cancer, and then I got to know about what is cancer, होता क्या है ये, और तब पता भी नहीं था कि इतना क्रिटिकल हो सकता है अगर आपने सही चीजें सही टाइम पे नहीं की तो. और ऐसे करते करते 1 साल ट्रीटमेंट के साथ में निकल गया, और फिर लगा कि अब तो सब कुछ ठीक है. और वो एक साल का जो 3rd स्टेज का ट्रीटमेंट था, आई वाज डूइंग केयर गिविंग फॉर हिम. सो उस वक्त मुझे भी नहीं पता था कि मैं कभी केयर गिवर भी बन सकती हूँ. मेरे पेरेंट्स आज भी सरप्राइज रहते हैं कि डिम्पल ने किसी की केयर गिविंग कर ली. बट जब टाइम आया तो लाइफ ने बहुत कुछ सिखाया. I'll always being like, into a lot of sports and academics also, always doing multiple things at a time, and taking care of a person, never done that before. My biggest regret is not taking care of my grandmother when she needed it the most, when I was in 10th standard. I would say I was immature at that time, and one night at 2 o'clock she fell from the bed. She was sleeping upstairs. वो छत पे सो रही थी और वो बेड से गिर गई, और मैं उस वक्त अपना 10th बोर्ड का प्रिपरेशन कर रही थी. तो मैंने शायद सुना नहीं कि उनकी आवाज आ रही है मुझे, या फिर आई डोंट नो उस वक्त क्या हुआ. तो मॉर्निंग 3 बजे की बात है, और मैं 3 बजे उठ के उस वक्त पढ़ाई करती थी. और जब मैंने 7 o'clock सब लोग उठ गए तो देखा कि my grandmother fell from the bed and she got back fracture. And since then she was on bed rest until her last breath. And मेरे ऊपर एग्जाम्स का और काफी चीजों का बहुत प्रेशर था, तो मैं उनको कभी टाइम नहीं दे पाई. And she always wanted कि we all could spend time with her. And then after 1.5 years she passed away. And for me, that's a very big regret I always carry. So I think after that, I realized, I understood ki health comes first, rest everything can be managed. So when the time came when Nitesh needed it the most, I promised myself that I'll be there for him. We were just friends, but cancer was cancer. So I became his caregiver, and college में काफी चीजें थी करने के लिए, academics, hospital, chemotherapy, surgery, and और भी जो ट्रीटमेंट के फेजेस होते हैं वो सब तो थे ही. तो एक साल निकल भी गया उस जर्नी के साथ में, हमें लगा अब सब कुछ ठीक हो गया है. बट एज यू नेवर नो, जब कैंसर की बात आती है कि आगे क्या होने वाला है, यू ऑलवेज ट्राई योर बेस्ट. और वी डिड नॉट नो उस समय की बेस्ट क्या होता है, या फिर क्या क्या चीज़ें करनी होती है. As young kids, we just did what other people, doctors told us to do, and did not really focus on health and healing. वो एक बहुत बड़ी गलती हो गई हमसे. और उसके बाद में विद इन फ्यू डेज ही वाज डायग्नोस्ड विद लास्ट स्टेज कैंसर, क्योंकि हमने काफ़ी गलतियां की थी थर्ड स्टेज ट्रीटमेंट में. सो दैट्स हाउ माय जर्नी बिगेन, जहाँ पे मैंने, आई वुड से, लाइफ का पूरा नजरिया ही चेंज हो गया, परसेप्शन ही चेंज हो गया. तब ज़्यादा जब लास्ट स्टेज था तो तब एक्चुअली में पता चला कि कैंसर कितना डेंजरस हो भी सकता है अगर आपने नहीं ध्यान रखा तो. और फिर एक नया फेज चालू हुआ जहाँ पे डॉक्टर ने स्ट्रेट फॉरवर्ड बोल दिया 6 मंथ्स है, कुछ नहीं कर सकते. एंड जब मैं सेकेंड फेज ऑफ केयर गिविंग में, मुझे काफ़ी जब हम यूएस चले गए थे ट्रीटमेंट के लिए, तो आई गॉट अ लॉट ऑफ सपोर्ट फ्रॉम मेनी 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 पीपल, Karya family from US and many others. So I would say in this last phase, I was fortunate. मैं बहुत लकी थी कि मुझे वहाँ पे यूएस में इतने सारे लोगों का प्यार, इतने सारे लोगों का सपोर्ट मिला. कभी अकेले फील नहीं हुआ. कुछ भी चाहिए, बी इट रिगार्डिंग फूड और ग्रोसरीज और मेडिसिन और गोइंग टू हॉस्पिटल या फिर कुछ भी, हमेशा देयर वर many people, more than 50, 60, 100 people would be always ready. Even the spiritual practices we were doing together. तो तभी रियलाइज हुआ कि आई वॉज फॉर्चुनेट कि मेरे पास इतना सपोर्ट है. बट व्हाट अबाउट दोज हु डू नॉट हैव द सपोर्ट. आई रिमेम्बर जब थर्ड स्टेज था या फिर जब फोर्थ स्टेज का बिगिनिंग था, जब हम इंडिया में थे, और अरे पता ही नहीं था कि इस जर्नी में करना क्या है. मतलब डॉक्टर ने बोल दिया 6 महीने है. जब आपका डॉक्टर ही आपको होप नहीं दे रहा है तो फिर आप कहाँ पे जाओगे. और नितेश के डॉक्टर ने कभी होप नहीं दी. इनफैक्ट शी ऑल्सो टोल्ड कि so we were just in relation at that time, we were not married. And she said ki, who is this girl who comes with him, and she doesn't understand that he's going to die, why she's taking all these efforts and wants to go for clinical trial and this and that and all. So she was very blunt to say that. And a very famous doctor, I would say, in India or in Mumbai. पर तब ऐसा हो गया था कि हमें डॉक्टर चेंज करना है. बट हम यूएस भी जा रहे थे, तो वो उतना इफेक्टिव नहीं लगा उस वक्त चेंज करना, क्योंकि एक ही साइकिल बचा था यहाँ पे. बट उस फेज में ऐसा था कि आपको ट्रीटमेंट का भी ध्यान रखना है, आपको टेस्ट भी करवाने हैं, आपको पूरा डाइट चेंज करना है, आपको घर भी चेंज करना है, आपको यू हैव टू मेक श्योर कि पेशेंट इज डूइंग ऑल द हीलिंग प्रैक्टिसेस विच नाउ यू नो व्हाट टू डू. एंड देन फोर्थ स्टेज के जो साइड इफेक्ट्स होते हैं, he had very 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 bad side effects. He lost 30 kgs. He had blisters in the mouth, scalp, back, pura blisters, face was swollen like this, and then many bad side effects. So you have to make sure he eats medicine which he won't. You have to make sure the patient is doing walking, little bit of breathing which he doesn't want to. And on top of it, you are planning to go for clinical trial in a different country which you have no idea about. So वो फेज काफी काफी ज्यादा डिफिकल्ट था, घर के काम और ये सब चीजें. और एंड उसके बाद हम तो चले गए, बट देन व्हाट इफ दोज हु डू नॉट हैव दिस सपोर्ट हियर. सो तब मुझे काफी रियलाइज हुआ था कि ओ माय गॉड, लोग, मैंने इनफैक्ट आई टुक सबैटिकल फ्रॉम माय जॉब बिकॉज पॉसिबल ही नहीं था. यू कैन अंडरस्टैंड कि आप किसी कैंसर पेशेंट का भी ध्यान रख रहे हो एंड देन उसके साथ में पॉसिबल ही नहीं है जॉब, आप कर ही नहीं पाओगे जॉब जब आपके मन में इतना फियर है एंड देन यू लव द पर्सन एंड यू नो दैट ही इज गोइंग टू डाई एज पर डॉक्टर्स. तो मैंने सबैटिकल लेके अल्टीमेटली आई रिजाइंड एंड देन होल फोकस वाज ऑन द ट्रीटमेंट. And that's where after he passed away I realized कि केयर गिवर का रोल कितना ज़्यादा इम्पॉर्टेंट होता है जर्नी में. एंड केयर गिवर्स आर द मोस्ट नेग्लेक्टेड पीपल इन दिस एंटायर जर्नी. लकीली आई वॉज इन यूएस, तो मेरे को बहुत ज़्यादा केयर, पैम्पर, लव, सपोर्ट मिला था वहाँ पे, फ्रेंड्स से, फैमिली से, इन सबसे. बट मैं जब यहाँ पे इतने केयर गिवर से, इतने पेशेंट से बात करती हूँ, स्पेशली वी टॉक अ लॉट विद केयर गिवर्स, क्योंकि Patient don't want to come on call and then say their entire journey. They want to be at peace. They don't want to share. Caregivers are the one जो सारी चीजें सुनते हैं, plan करते हैं, appointment, literally like feeding kids, taking care of the family members, cooking, cleaning, maybe financials and fundraising and doctors and everything they do. And उसके बाद में उन्हीं को सबसे ज्यादा neglect किया जाता है. Nobody asks, okay, how are you doing? Let me prepare a meal for you and then you take rest, take half day off or something like that. So तब मुझे realize हुआ कि नहीं, caregivers and caregivers का ध्यान रखना इसलिए भी जरूरी है. First their own health, अगर उनको कुछ हो गया तो patient का ध्यान नहीं रखा जाएगा. And दूसरा ये है कि जो भी caregiver, the way they feel, it directly impacts patient.
Correct.
So,
Absolutely.
yeah.
Absolutely.
There were times in India when there were arguments in the family and all, and then Nitesh was getting affected directly because of that negative way. So, would like to hear from you, Bhavna, about this.
You know, you have said it so beautifully because also it is your personal experience. So we say this कि भाई I'm going to say it in Hindi and English because I think the audience might want that. So देखो, बीमार का ध्यान रखने के लिए तो है कोई देखभाल करता है, लेकिन जो तीमारदार है, जो देखभाल करने वाला है, उसका ध्यान रखने के लिए कौन? And many times, and in fact, you know, recently I've had a personal experience, and I will share that, which is that in the last month we had an interesting and stressful time because my father-in-law, who is in Noida, and you know, he had a fall and had beaten shoes, etc. So my husband traveled to look after him. And once again, to cut a long story short, it turned out that he was COVID positive, and then my husband was COVID positive, and you know, there was a very intense period of care for my father-in-law. Then my husband had to be isolated, and here I was in Mumbai with my daughter, and you know, with COVID, there's fairly little that you can do. The long distance caregiving has its own, you know, challenges and uniqueness, and then COVID में आप कुछ कर ही नहीं सकते हो. And the best support that I could give was to keep a positive frame of mind myself, and you know, not just for myself, but to as support to the rest of the family. And some people did get to know, for example, that my husband is in hospital and recovering. Many people called him to ask how he was doing. There were very, very few who called to check on me. Also, उसमें थोड़ा सा मेरी गलती भी है, क्योंकि मैं थोड़ा सा ऐसा अपीयर करती हूँ कि जैसे you know, सब कुछ कंट्रोल में है, आई एम इन चार्ज, मैं सब कुछ जानती हूँ, मैं ठीक ठाक हूँ, शांत हूँ. I don't easily get ruffled. That's also because you know, I saw my father's illness fairly young. I saw some other instances when I was through my 20s and 30s. तो मेरा एक सर्टन रिस्पॉन्स हो गया. तो हो सकता है कि लोगों को ये लगता हो कि भाई शी इज इन कंट्रोल, इसको जरूरत नहीं है. लेकिन एज अ केयर गिवर मुझे ऐसा लगता है कि जिन लोगों ने मुझे फोन किया, जिन लोगों ने मुझसे बात की और पूछा कि भाई तुम कैसी हो, क्या कर रही हो, उससे मुझे बहुत सपोर्ट मिला और बहुत शांति मिली और बहुत एनर्जी मिली. And that's the point that I want to make, which is कि भाई as the caregiver to the caregiver, हम उस समय कोई काम कर सके या ना कर सके, हम एक long distance होके भी जो primary caregiver है, उसके लिए बहुत सारी चीजें कर सकते हैं, and that energy transfers. So like your philosophy as well, that there is love that heals cancer, or love that can heal any situation. That love can be expressed, that love or care can be expressed in so many ways. तो एक जन होता है जो कि प्राइमरी केयर गिवर होता है, जो कि बीमार के बिल्कुल साथ होता है, और जो कि कई बार इतने कामों में और इतनी चीजों में व्यस्त होता है कि उसे किसी और की परवाह या इस बात की भी चिंता करने का मौका नहीं होता कि भी मैंने अपना ध्यान रखना। तो उस देखभालकर्ता के लिए कोई और अगर सोचे तो कितना अच्छा। So, one of the things that we say is that there is an ecosystem. There is a patient and there is a caregiver. And that diet is very important. So there is that pair. But there are many people around them. So like you said, there's a doctor. अब डॉक्टर का होप देना बहुत जरूरी है, लेकिन डॉक्टर also has to walk the fine balance कि भाई अनरियलिस्टिक होप नहीं देना है, रियलिस्टिक होप देना है। सो डॉक्टर का एक रोल है, लेकिन एक्सटेंडेड फैमिली, फ्रेंड्स, वेल विशर्स, उनका भी एक रोल है। हमारे कॉलीग्स, मैनेजर्स, जहाँ पे हम काम करते हैं, उनका भी एक रोल है। और ये सब लोग एक मिल के अगर कुछ कहें, फॉर एग्जाम्पल, अब मेरे ही इस लास्ट एक्सपीरियंस में मेरी एक फ्रेंड है जिन्होंने मुझे रोज फोन करके ये बोला, तुमने किसी हेल्प को हायर किया, तुम्हें एक हेल्प की जरूरत है। हाँ, दिन बदल गए हैं, नहीं जरूर हायर करो, तुम्हें हेल्प लेने की जरूरत है, नहीं तो तुम्हारे से हो नहीं पाएगा। बात ये नहीं है कि हो पाएगा कि नहीं हो पाएगा, तुम्हें रेस्ट की जरूरत है। एंड आई थिंक दैट वाज सो, not only did that express her love and care for me, it was also good advice. Because अगर मैंने अपने आप को, I have to prepare myself for long term care. One of the things that caregivers don't do very well is to build their infrastructure. अपने लिए एक इंफ्रास्ट्रक्चर सेटअप करना बहुत जरूरी है। भाई आपको कौन हेल्प कर रहा है, आपको, और इंफ्रास्ट्रक्चर का मतलब ये नहीं है कि कौन आपके काम करता है, आपके लिए इमोशनल इंफ्रास्ट्रक्चर क्या है, कौन आपकी बात सुनता है, कौन आपके लिए कहेगा कि अच्छा चलो इस समय, मेरा इस समय सिर्फ कोई और बात करने का मन कर रहा है, who is that person you will call at an odd hour. आजकल सब लोग संकोच करेंगे, अच्छा मुझे आपसे बात करनी है, मुझे टाइम दे दीजिए, वो टाइम, लेकिन जो बात करने का टाइम होता है वो तो उसी समय होता है ना, you can't set a time 3 days later. So I think recognizing कि एक जन प्राइमरी केयर गिवर होता है, लेकिन there are other types of care and other types of caregivers, and सबका एक रोल है in the healing, and that healing is very important, and healing is different from cure. क्योर हो ना हो ये हमें पता नहीं है, हमारे हाथ में नहीं है, how does that impact life is not important, but we can still lead a full life, we can still make memories, we can still have joys every day. So that's the reason why we believe कि भाई caregiver को support देना बहुत जरूरी।
काफी सही बात बोली आपने। इनफैक्ट लास्ट सेशन व्हेन वी वर talking about, the last session was healing through arts and creativity, and that's where one of the caregivers shared that when she was doing caregiving, for her the you can say the break time was when her friends used to come home and play with her, or कि चलो कुछ कार्ड्स खेलते, नॉट टॉकिंग अबाउट पेशेंट, नॉट टॉकिंग अबाउट कैंसर, बट ओके लेट्स प्ले समथिंग सो दैट एटलीस्ट आप वो आधे घंटे के लिए अपना दिमाग उससे दूर करें. So that also helps a lot, like doing small activities which supports them. And that reminds me of a letter which I read long back, and I would like to read that again. So I'm sure कि ये जो letter है, this letter is from caregiver to their cancer patient, and this goes like this, and I'm sure कि आप बहुत लोग इससे connect भी कर पाएंगे. Dear beloved, our life has changed seemingly from one moment to the next, and it feels as if we both grappling with how to deal with cancer diagnosis and how to relate to each other. This is a new journey which we both are walking together now. All of a sudden, I am your caregiver, and I want to do whatever it takes to protect you, to comfort and reassure you. and to make your life as healing and stress free as possible. And that's what we all caregivers want to do. I want to surround you with love, to listen to you, to laugh and cry with you in this journey. I think of my caregiving as an amazing opportunity to show you how much I love you. I am grateful for the gift of being able to care for you physically and emotionally. There are many practical ways that I can provide support. I can help to prepare medical appointments, go with you and take notes, talk to doctors, organizing your medicines, keep a calendar of all the appointments, provide or arrange transportation, doing house related work, provide updates to family and friends on your health, assist with any related paperwork and financial support, do research about your cancer, which is we all do all the time, or find books that you would find helpful, meditate and exercise together, cook healing and good meals for you, and planning some outings which gives both of us some break. To be a good caregiver, however, I do need your help as well. And this is very important point. To begin, I would like us to figure out who can be part of your support team. Although I would like to able to do everything, we all want to be the superheroes. I know it would jeopardize my health and well-being, which would turn me into an ineffective caregiver. There are many people who love and care about you and also impacted by your diagnosis. We are talking about extended relatives and other friends and family.
Yes.
Let's find ways for them to support us both.
Yes.
It will make them feel better to know they are doing something useful for you and reducing the stress for me. For a support team to work, we need to identify what kinds of things needs to be done. If you really don't know how I can support, team can help you, then just please tell me. It gives us a place to start. We can figure it out together as partners. If you hesitate to ask for anything because you don't want to burden me or make life more difficult, please understand that the lack of information is much more stressful and can be overwhelming. It would mean that I have to try to second guess how you are feeling or anticipate what you need.
Mm.
As a caregiver, I also need some feedback about what kind of things are working for us and what is not working.
Yeah.
Your need will change over time, and it's important to let me know when they do. Finally, beloved, we are on separate journeys, and yours is one I cannot completely understand. There will be times when I'm exhausted and confused and angry and upset and frightened or hurt because you are not behaving in ways I'm used to, or your body is not responding the way we want it to be.
Yeah.
Do not forget that those are the moments that speak the depth of my love and caring for you. This is a beautiful letter I read and I could relate to it. कि कितना कितना ज़्यादा ज़रूरी होता है कि हम एक दूसरे से शेयर करें. बहुत बहुत ज़्यादा इम्पोर्टेंट होता है. आई रिमेंबर व्हेन आई वाज इन दिस जर्नी, कई बार सुनितेश वाज नॉट कीपिंग वेल एट ऑल इन लास्ट 8 months. So he stopped talking for 2-3 months and he also lost his voice. So मुझे नहीं पता कि how is he doing or what he wants, what he likes, what he doesn't like, because there were a lot of downs and downs and downs are happening. I would not say ups and downs, but they were all downs for particular 3-4 months. कि उनको he was, I would say, kind of maybe depression or maybe isolation, that he did not want to talk to anybody.
Yeah. Yeah.
And तब मुझे समझ में नहीं आता था कि मैं क्या कर सकती हूँ. मैं
Mm.
ज़्यादा से ज़्यादा आपको इमरजेंसी में लेके जा सकती हूँ, which he hated. तो बट काफ़ी ज़रूरी होता है कि आप और मैं, हम दोनों इस जर्नी में साथ में हैं, और आप मुझे खुल के बताएं कि आपको क्या चाहिए, एंड we'll always try to figure it out together. Another thing what I have seen, कि हम caregivers, we always want to be the superheroes or the one men one women army, कि मैं सब कुछ अकेले कर लूंगी, मुझे ज़रूरत नहीं है. बट ज़रूरत होती है, बिकॉज अल्टीमेटली आप एग्जॉस्ट करते हो खुद को, आपकी हेल्थ अफेक्ट होती है. एंड मेरी हेल्थ बहुत ज़्यादा अफेक्ट हुई थी. अभी भी मुझे वो जो 2 साल का फेज था उसमें काफ़ी चीज़ें नहीं याद है. कि मुझे केयर गिविंग के अलावा कुछ और ज़्यादा याद नहीं है कि मेरी किसी से क्या बात हुई या फिर कॉलेज में ये सब चीज़ें हुई ना, तो काफ़ी ज़्यादा टोल लेती है, बिकॉज अल्टीमेटली वी ऑल आर ह्यूमंस एंड वी हैव लिमिटेड कैपेसिटी एंड देयर आर मेनी पीपल, लाइक आज भी हम लोगों को इतने लोग बोलते हैं हाउ कैन वी हेल्प यू, हाउ कैन वी सपोर्ट यू, so there are many people who want to help others in their caregiving journey and I'm sure आपको भी वरना बहुत ऐसे रिक्वेस्ट आती होंगी कि that we want to give back to society, how can we be a part of it and help cancer patients. So can you please share some tips on caregiving, how can caregivers take care of themselves and also how can other people who are not immediate family, जो शायद बाहर रहते हैं या फिर फ्रेंड्स हैं या एक्सटेंडेड रिलेटिव्स हैं, वो कैसे कर सकते हैं. And yes, I will share this later with everyone. Thank you.
Yes, thank you. It's a beautiful letter, and I think it just describes in such a beautiful way कि भाई these two people, like I said, हम लोग इसको describe भी करते हैं कि जो patient और caregiver का एक बड़ा unique सा रिश्ता हो जाता है, more because of the illness. The first thing I want to say is I want to share a story with you. The story is that, there's a very legendary anthropologist by the name of Margaret Mead. And she was an anthropologist in 20s and 30s. And she did a lot of study across um, civilizations and a lot of very interesting work across cultures. एक बार एक कॉन्फ्रेंस में उनसे किसी ने पूछा कि Dr. Mead, what, according to you, is the first sign of civilization? Okay. Now, and this person actually wrote a book, and I'm forgetting the name of the author. So this is written in a book that when I asked Dr. Mead that, this is what is the first sign of civilization? My expectation was that she will say something like, this at first time, when certain tools were developed or, man did something or whatever. You know what she said? She said, the first sign of civilization to me is a healed femur bone. The femur bone is the thigh bone. And in the animal kingdom, if an animal were to break their femur bone, then that is the sure shot death for that animal. So if there is a sign of a healed femur bone for a human being, then that means somebody else bothered to care for this person, so much so that that person was able to heal and recover. This is the first sign of civilization. So the expression of care to heal another person is actually a sign of humanity and civilization of humanity. Which is why care and caregivers to me is like the cornerstone. It's the real reason by what makes us who we are. So caregivers are very important, and there are many ways of being caregivers. So that's the first thing that I wanted to say. The second thing that I want to say is that there are many ways in which caregivers, absolutely, I agree with you. We don't have to be supermen and women. We have to take a lot of support from everybody. Just like it takes a village. So there's this quotation, it takes a village to raise a child. It takes a village to care for and heal another person. So जिससे हो सके उससे support लेनी चाहिए. कई बार ऐसा होता है that caregivers ask for support. Caregivers reach out, but they may not get the support in the way that they want. Because other people might be either afraid or traumatized or not yet clear कि वो क्या कर सकते हैं. It is that therefore very important that caregivers are very clear. They say मेरे लिए ये काम करो. So you have to be a little more specific. I want this. So first thing is important to be clear about what your needs are and what you're asking for. Okay. Simultaneously, I think well-wishers, family, extended, colleagues, etc., can also think of specific tasks. हमारे क्या होता है? कई बार जो आपसे आके पूछता है कि जी अच्छा बीमार है कोई वगैरह या whatever, आई एम कंसर्न फॉर यू, कोई काम होगा तो बताना। अब बात वहीं पे रह जाएगी, अब कोई काम होगा तो कोई बताएगा नहीं, राइट? So it is contingent on both the caregiver as well as the well-wisher to get specific, and say that, you know, मुझे इस चीज की हेल्प चाहिए, या जो वेलविशर हो वो ये कहे क्या मैं आपके लिए ये काम कर दूं, ये मैं कर सकता हूँ। फॉर एग्जाम्पल, मैं आपके लिए ये इंफॉर्मेशन ला सकता हूँ, मैं आपके लिए ये रिसर्च कर सकता हूँ, मैं आपके लिए आपके बैंक का ये काम कर सकता हूँ, मैं आपके लिए whatever, मेरी ये कैपेसिटी है, मैं यहाँ से बैठ के ये कर सकता हूँ तो मैं ये कर, यू नो, सो गेटिंग स्पेसिफिक एंड गेटिंग दैट हेल्प इज इम्पोर्टेंट। वन ऑफ द अदर थिंग्स दैट वी से इज कि जितने ज्यादा लोग हो कोई बात नहीं, उतनी ज्यादा हेल्प ले लो। सो दे कैन हेल्प कैन कम इन मेनी वेज। समवन माइट थिंक कि बच्चे क्या हेल्प करेंगे, फॉर एग्जाम्पल इन अ होम, लेकिन चिल्ड्रन कैन बी अ डिलाइट, they can give you a break, they can change the mood of the environment, and engaging children rather than keeping them away is absolutely essential. So बच्चों को नजर तो सब कुछ आ रहा होता है, पता तो होता है, but how can you engage them, involve them, and the best what they can provide sometimes a break, they can provide entertainment, and so on and so forth. So these are examples of what different people can do, and I can make a very long list, but I will not get into that list. The point being that caregivers and well-wishers, one, need to be specific, and two, need to build that interest. Sometimes, and Pranabda is here, I can see him. Good to see you here. Um, you know, it is important to recognize कि मैं primary caregiver नहीं हूँ, I'm a long distance caregiver, right? So long distance caregiver का क्या काम है, and you know what can you do? Okay. So I think first learning the language of how to communicate and how to listen is very important. So healing circles also has this concept of generous listening, listening with with love and compassion. The first and the most important thing that a long distance learner can do is to maintain contact, to listen generously, and to stay in touch regularly. These are three things that you can do. If there is a person, so मान लीजिए आपने पहला phone call किया, and the caregiver just says कि हाँ ठीक है, सब कुछ ठीक है, everything is okay. It doesn't matter. Call again and again and again. There is a power that a well-wisher has, and that is your superpower. A well-wisher of a caregiver has the superpower to create predictability and trust by simply calling regularly. हर हफ्ते आपने रिलीजियसली फोन करके ये पूछना है कि भाई आप कैसे, ask the caregiver, how are you? If you can do that, at some point the caregiver will reach out. So you can do that, right? I also think that it is contingent upon us to look at the moment and create the memory in the moment. So I was talking to my mother, one of these times when we were discussing, ki bhai, what do you remember of the caregiving journey? Or what are the beautiful moments of the caregiving journey? So she said there was a stage at which my father, you know, who was, by the way, a pilot in the Air Force. So he was this Fauji who was really strong and had a very different kind of a fitness. And here he was with his illness, bedbound and not able to, manage many things of his own. So it must have been difficult for the family to see him like that, as much as I don't know what it was for him. Yeah. Because he was, again, that I've probably inherited that बहुत कम share करते हैं. So uh, my mother says that हमारे घर के पीछे वो मोतिया के फूल लगते थे. So you know what मोतिया के फूल, the चमेली जैसे होते हैं, the white flowers that are very fragrant. So वो हर सुबह लगते थे. So it was a ritual. My mother used to take them and give them to him, and she would say, "I love you," and he would say, "I love you too." And this was something that they did every day. It is a simple act, but it is such a precious memory that she holds on to today, right? And there are so many others. So the point being, ki bhai, how can you find joys in everyday moments is something that can heal you, and healing is important. Papa ki bimari ka koi cure to tha nahi. He was, the situation was to deteriorate, just simply deteriorate over a period of time. The last thing that I want to say, and it is linked to your narration, is so I don't know what was going on in his mind, right? There was a time when I was in campus. So I went to Excel like you went to IMC. So we have another relationship there, by the way.
True.
So, he used to write letters. So he would write these letters till the time that he could write. So, he would express himself to the best that he can express himself. I remember that after finishing my program, I was working in Hyderabad, and I had come to visit him or visit my parents. And मैं जाने वाली थी वापस, flight थी. So my father told me कि मैंने तुमसे कुछ बात करनी. Now perhaps he chose a bad timing. I don't know. But he chose at that time to say कि भाई, as I was leaving, I think he must have felt कि भाई अब पता नहीं मुझे, whether or not I will be able to see you again or something. Now that is a difficult conversation. That is a difficult conversation for him, and it was a very difficult conversation for me. Okay. So he said कि भाई Bhavna, I want to talk to you. I don't think I will be around very long. उन्होंने बस इतना ही कहा that I got very upset. Okay. And I was very overwhelmed, and I was like, अभी मैंने flight catch करनी है, आपने ये topic शुरू कर दिया है, ये क्या है? Why are you telling me this? This is not gonna have, this is a very long time off. The point is not whether or not it was a long time off. It was a conversation that he wanted to have, and I didn't have the ability to have that conversation. And क्योंकि वो एक emotional सा scene हो गया, my mother also stepped in and she said, मत परेशान करो बेटी को, अभी वो travel करने वाली है, that thing that happens. And that conversation didn't happen. And I did come back again, and we did meet again. ऐसा नहीं था कि something happened in the meanwhile, but it was so hard to bring up that conversation again. And कई बार मैं ये बात याद करती हूँ और मैं सोचती हूँ कि पता नहीं वो क्या मुझे कहना चाहते थे और मैंने सुना नहीं. So if there is the biggest regret that I hold, then it is this, that I wish I could have heard him. And अगर मेरे में वो capacity नहीं थी, तो किसी और ने मेरे को gently ये बात समझाई होती कि भाई ये conversations important है और होनी चाहिए, and here is how to have these conversations. So conversations about dying and passing on are not easy. लेकिन कोई किसी की भी गारंटी नहीं होती, हम सबको ये कॉन्वर्सेशंस करनी चाहिए. जब बीमारी होती है तो थोड़ा सा मुश्किल हो जाता है. But here's the piece that I would like to say, that if we can have these conversations more regularly, and we can know what's going on in the mind of both the patient and the caregiver, what is difficult about it, what makes you sad, what makes you fearful. Because I think the idea of losing my father was a little difficult. लेकिन उसको face ही नहीं करना is also no solution, right? So actually difficult illnesses can give you a reason to have these difficult conversations. In conversations के लिए we can take help. ये अकेले करने की जरूरत नहीं है, is the point that I want to make.
Right.
Right?
Yeah.
So, sorry, very long.
No, but the very important points you shared. First about taking help from others and how can other people can help. चाहे वो छोटी सी भी कुछ चीज कर लेना कि बस कॉल उठा के सुन भी लेना तो भी बहुत बड़ी चीज होती है. And I would like to share few moments which happened with me and which touched my heart very deeply. I mean, there are many moments. I would say more than 100 times it happened when I was so touched by everyone's love and support. And I remember when I know in US when we moved to a different house, we were like कि अभी हमें इस country का पूरा पता है अच्छे से, अभी हम लोग अकेले रह सकते हैं. So when I moved there, and I was also associated with the Soka Gakkai International, which is a chanting group. तो वो लोगों ने भी spiritually, morally, emotionally बहुत support किया. And they were all Americans. तो जब मैं उस नए घर में शिफ्ट हुई तो one of the person from the chanting group, his name is Masaru, he came and घर पे and he said, Dimple, you just moved into your new home and I'm sure you don't drive here. Is there anything you need? And I have shared this before as well, and I needed a lot of things because हम सबको पता है कि कैंसर पेशेंट्स का पूरा लाइफस्टाइल बहुत अलग होता है. एंड हमारे घर से स्टोर काफी दूर था सारा सामान लाने के लिए. हम लोग बस मूव ही हुए थे कि पूरा फ्रिज भी खाली था. आई हैड लाइक लिस्ट ऑफ 80 थिंग्स, 80 से भी ज्यादा, और उसमें भी कि मुझे स्पेसिफिकली यही वाला चाहिए. तो बिकॉज नितेश ये नहीं खा सकता है, वो नहीं खा सकता है, वो सब करके तो मैंने मासारू को बोला, आर यू श्योर यू कैन डू इट? बोले कि हाँ हाँ बिल्कुल, मी एंड माय वाइफ विल गो एंड गेट इट. ठीक है. एंड ही वेंट एंड ही केम आफ्टर 5 hours, क्योंकि 5 घंटे वो 3 मॉल जाकर के अलग अलग जगह से स्पेसिफिक वही चीज ढूंढ के लेके आए थे. एंड आई वाज लाइक थैंक गॉड यू गॉट दैट, बिकॉज मेरा सबसे बड़ा कंसर्न यही था कि अगर मैं चली गई तो नीचे पीछे रितेश के पास कोई भी नहीं है, तो मैं बाहर नहीं जा सकती हूँ. और it's difficult to go out and spend more than half an hour also outside, leave him like that. But that was a big help for me. For him it was like, it's okay, it's a week off and I can go and get it for you. But मेरे लिए वो इतनी बड़ी चीज थी कि oh my god, मेरा इतना बड़ा स्ट्रेस था कि मैं कैसे इसको मैनेज करूंगी. And you just did it for me. There was another incident where again हम लोग घर पे मूव हुए थे and then I called carpenter. और मैंने कॉल्ड हिम, और तो नितेश ने ये भी बोला कि मुझे थोड़ा सा ये कुछ चीजें कंफर्टेबल नहीं है. ही हैड लॉट ऑफ पेन एंड ऑल. तो मुझे he needed 3-4 things and he needed same day only, like cannot even wait for next day क्योंकि इतना पेन वगैरह सब था. मैंने बोला कि अभी it's already late and you really want चाहिए अभी, तो I'll try and get it somehow. He was like कि हाँ. And the carpenter heard our conversation and he got to know that he's a cancer patient. And he was like, Dimple, don't worry. I have my car. I'll drive you and I'll drop you back here. And I know everything what you need. मुझे भी नहीं पता था कि चीजें वो अलग अलग कहाँ मिलेगी, because big stores and lot of things. So he was like, I know what you need exactly. So come with me. तो he मैं उनकी मिनी ट्रक में उनके साथ में जाके वो लेके आए थे. I was like, oh my god, you are a savior. And then after few hours, Nitesh was in comfort. There were many times when members would come home and हम लोगों के साथ में chanting करेंगे. For morning 10 people will come, evening 10 people will come. So I never felt like I'm alone. and they were like, kabhi bhi kuch bhi zarurat ho, just call us, that's all you need to do. And they were always available. In fact, कुछ ऐसी स्पेसिफिक मेडिसिन थी जिनको आपको फार्मेसी में ऑर्डर करके मिक्स करवाना होता था. एंड अगेन, to find the pharmacy, go there, again pick it up, doing Uber back and forth, and then all of that. And then some person from the same group said that, give me the prescription and everything and I'll do it for you. So she had to go 4 times. She was a 65-year-old woman. Cheryl was her name, and she had to go 4 times, but then finally she did it. तो ये सब चीजें होती है जिसमें मुझे आराम मिल गया कि मुझे इतना पहले गूगल पे सर्च नहीं करना पड़ा, फिर कॉल करके कंफर्म नहीं करना पड़ा. एंड मेनी आवर्स एंड मेनी दैट हेडेक आई कुड सेव. And there was other time when he needed alkaline water, and somebody said that, don't order for Amazon, it's very expensive. I also drink alkaline water. मेरे पास can आता है every week, and then I can start one more for you. And then she used to deliver it every week at my place. तो तब लगता था, oh my God, what good karmas we have done, that people are just showering us with a lot of love and support. And every time, in fact, last time when this was ICU time, and it was already midnight, 11:45 when Nitesh was out of breath, and we had to go to ICU. And I called, so many of our, I would say, my known connections would sleep by 9:30, 10 there. एंड उनके बच्चे भी छोटे छोटे सब, बहुत सारी फैमिलीज के, तो सब जल्दी सो के जल्दी उठते हैं, और मोस्टली सबका फोन बंद ही होता है. सो मैंने बहुत लोगों को कॉल किया रात को 12 बजे, बट कोई उठाया नहीं, जा भी नहीं रहा है, उठा भी नहीं रहा है. मैंने, ओ माय गॉड. फिर आई कॉल्ड अ फ्यू पीपल फ्रॉम दिस कम्युनिटी, एंड देन at 12 o'clock 5 people came to hospital, and they gave me some comfort, they organized other things, and they spent 3 people stayed in the hospital with me. मेरे साथ हॉस्पिटल में रुके वो लोग रात को, जब नितेश को आईसीयू में रखा था. And after that day they never left me alone in the hospital. 2 people will go, 2 other people will come. There were other many Indian families there, जो हम लोग 23 days आईसीयू में था नितेश, तो वो सुबह शाम खाना लेके आएंगे. I did not step out of the hospital for a single day. तो they were like, बच्चे तुम बाहर मत जाओ, और हम तुम्हें घर का खाना सुबह शाम को 4 बजे चाय भी लेके आएंगे. मतलब कभी वो फील ही नहीं होने दिया कि आई एम डूइंग ऑल अलोन, या फिर हमेशा हमेशा सब लोग साथ में थे. कई बार ऐसा होगा कि वो लोग आएंगे, प्रेयर करके चले भी जाएंगे, मुझे पता ही नहीं चलेगा कि कौन आया कौन प्रे करके गया. तो मैं उनको कॉरिडोर में मिलूंगी, ओ यू आर हियर, yes I came half an hour back, I prayed, I chanted, I'm going back. I was like, oh my god. मुझे मतलब, मेरे को वैसे भी कोई होश नहीं था और दूसरी चीजों का, तो they would come silently, pray with Nitesh, and then they will go. तो अभी when I look back and see these things, it's like कि हाँ, these are the things which सपोर्टेड मी, और उसकी वजह से मैं इतना अच्छे से, इतना स्ट्रांगली शायद कर भी पाई, बिकॉज अकेले करना पॉसिबल ही नहीं है, नहीं पॉसिबल है. एंड यू नीड लव, यू नीड केयर, यू नीड सपोर्ट. एंड आई हैड कार्या फैमिली सपोर्ट, जिन्होंने हमें वहाँ पे अडॉप्ट किया था, और हमें बहुत अच्छे से, मतलब बहुत अच्छे से सब कुछ, दे सेक्रीफाइस्ड अ लॉट टू टेक केयर ऑफ मी एंड नितेश. दे आल्सो हैड स्मॉल किड्स इन द फैमिली, कि तुम बच्चे इंडिया से आए हो और तुम्हें यहाँ का कुछ भी नहीं पता है, and we'll do everything for you. तो मतलब more than what I would say a close family can do, they did for us, and I'm forever grateful for them. So ये बहुत चीजें होती है कि आप उनको सुनो, कि अगर डिम्पल परेशान है, डिम्पल कभी कॉल कर रही है आपको, you just be there for her and just listen to her what she has to say. Okay, आज नितेश ने खाना नहीं खाया, डिम्पल को प्रॉब्लम है, she is stressed out, freak out हो रही है कि ये बोल क्यों नहीं रहा है 3 दिन से, ये वो. Okay, डिम्पल सब ठीक हो जाएगा, ये ऐसे करके. There are many things which we all can do, and now there are many cancer winners here listening to this, and they can relate to it the most. And most of them are also helping other cancer patients. उनको कैसे आप हेल्प कर सकते हो. So many things, you can just go there at their home, lunch लेके चले जाओ कि आज मैं आ रही हूँ, आप लंच मत बनाना. आपको कैंसर में तो ये सीड्स खाते हैं, I'll order it, I'll courier it for you, just don't worry. मैं ये छोटी छोटी चीजें, आपको पता है कि कैंसर पेशेंट्स को क्या चाहिए, आप वो कर लो. आप एक दिन उनके घर पे जाके you just say to caregiver कि okay, you can take 3 hours break, I'm here to do everything, just tell me what needs to be done. तो काफी चीजें जो हम कर सकते हैं. Trust me, for a caregiver it matters a lot. Even the smallest thing कि आप बस उन्हें जूस बना के दे दो, या उनके लिए जूस ऑर्डर कर दो, वो भी बहुत बड़ी चीज है कि थैंक गॉड मेरा किसी ने मेरे बारे में सोचा या फिर मुझे थोड़ा सा ब्रेक मिल गया. एंड जब कोई मुझसे पूछता ना भावना कि when people used to come or maybe on phone या वीडियो कॉल पे, तो मैं नितेश का ही बताती तबीयत कि अभी ऐसे है, अभी ऐसे है. बोलते वो सब ठीक है, बट हाउ आर यू डूइंग? एंड आई वुड ब्रेक डाउन इमोशनली कि many challenges are going on. So and जो यूएस में भाभी थी, तो उनको भी पता था कि टेम्पल के नितेश कभी बाहर नहीं जाते हैं. तो वन डे शी फोर्सफुली सेंट अस टू अ नियर बाय रेस्टोरेंट कि तुम लोग बस बाहर निकलो, यू नीड टू गो आउट डिम्पल, जस्ट गो आउट, जाके बैठ जाओ, नहीं खाना है कुछ मत खाओ, बट जस्ट गो आउट, एंजॉय एंड देन कम बैक होम. तो विल अरेंज एवरीथिंग फॉर यू. आई वाज लाइक वाओ, भाभी कितनी कंपैशनेट, कितनी मतलब कितना सोच रही है मेरे बारे में कि तुम बस घर से बाहर निकलो, एक बार फ्रेश एयर लेकर के आओ. तो काफी काफी चीजें थी और भी ऐसी. और यही सब आई थिंक काफी लोग इस चीज से रिलेट कर पाते हैं कि कितना ज्यादा जरूरी होता है. तो
Simple, I want to pick on that point and talk about a little more about ये जो caregiver की definition है, वो है कि एक जन को बीमारी है, वो पेशेंट है, और एक जन उसका जो ध्यान रखता है वो केयर गिवर है. पर मुझे ऐसा लगता है कि ये जो केयर गिवर की डेफिनेशन है, ये फ्लोटिंग डेफिनेशन है. सो जो सपोजिटली पेशेंट होता है, वो भी एक तरीके से केयर गिवर है. The patient is the
oh yes,
caregiver to the caregiver. So I was reminded of, for example, जब मेरे पापा बीमार थे, तो हम लोग कुछ भी उनके लिए करते थे. मान लीजिए कि कोई चीज़ पकड़ाई या उठ के हेल्प की या जो भी, anything that anybody did, वो हर बार कहते थे थैंक यू. ओके, अब मानने को तो like now when I look back, he was one of the most brilliant patients. और वो जिस तरह से थैंक यू कहते थे, तो कोई कहता था कि हर बात के लिए थैंक यू क्यों कहते हो? ये अपना फौजी that फौजी manners or whatever that is, and he used to say कि नहीं, ये I have to say at that time because I have to express my gratitude for what I'm getting. And I think patients and people who are supposedly care receivers can actually be caregivers also. कि भाई आप किस तरह से respond करते हो, इससे बड़ा फर्क पड़ता है. So that is one thing. The other thing is कि मुझे ऐसा मेरा मानना है, इसका कोई evidence नहीं है, पर लेकिन मेरा मानना है that because of his discipline of both eating whatever was decided. तो अगर उनके लिए एक मेन्यू डिसाइड किया गया है कि भाई आपने ये खाना है, या एक रूटीन से खाना है, या ये दवाई खानी है, या ये योगा करना है, he was the epitome of discipline. Okay, so आप घड़ी अपनी सेट कर सकते हो उनके डिसिप्लिन के हिसाब से. But because he used to follow that, I think it was a big care for the rest of the people in the house. I also believe very strongly कि उन्होंने अपनी life actually extend की by simply following the regimen and the discipline and the care, by being a good patient, by being a responsible care receiver. It is not easy to receive care. And by doing that, I think he played a very different role.
yeah,
And I'm sure many people do that. But I would like to just remind that, we can be that person. So everybody can be a caregiver.
yeah, very true. In fact, after Nitesh passed away, now I'm looking back, मेरे पास बिल्कुल एनर्जी नहीं थी, मतलब उठ के पानी पीने की भी एनर्जी नहीं थी. बिकॉज फॉर मी इट्स वाज लाइक what has just happened all of a sudden. And after that, the first meal I had, I was not able to have it just by thinking whether he has eaten it or not. क्योंकि मैं तब भी इतनी ज्यादा कंसर्न थी कि मैं नहीं खा सकती, क्योंकि मुझे नहीं पता नितेश ने खाना खाया या नहीं खाया. और मेरे पेरेंट्स आ गए थे आफ्टर नितेश पास्ड अवे. दे केम टू यूएस टू टेक केयर ऑफ मी एंड डूइंग द लास्ट थिंग्स एंड ऑल. तो आई रिमेम्बर उसके बाद से मेरे को कुछ भी नहाने का मन नहीं, तैयार होना तो बहुत दूर की बात है। बस आई विल बी लाइक कंप्लीट आइसोलेशन एंड तब मैं पेशेंट बन गई थी और मम्मी मेरी केयरगिवर बन गई थी। सो शी वाज लाइक ये उठेगी अभी तो और वो 12 बजे तक कुछ नहीं बोलेगी। सो आई विल गेट अप, आई विल नॉट इवन ब्रश फॉर 11-12 o'clock, फिर मैं थोड़ा सा बोलना चालू करूंगी एंड देन आई विल बी इन माय रूम ओनली, या फिर मैं बाहर निकल जाऊंगी फोन लेके एंड आई विल रिकॉर्ड सो मेनी थिंग्स ऑफ me and Nitish, and I have those recordings with me, and I will, it's just blessing to go through it again and again and then thinking about it. So and I saw the different perspective of now I was a person who needed a lot of care and my mom was the caregiver. तो and मैंने जो caregiving सीखी है वो अपनी मम्मी से ही सीखी है, क्योंकि she has taken care of my grandparents very 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 well. My grandmother was, as I told you, she had fracture and she was on bed rest for last 2 years before she passed away. So everything on bed only, and she has done it tirelessly. She has made, like all of our moms do, and she has made a lot of sacrifices. My dad had leg fracture, उनका पाँव कट के उनकी बॉडी से अलग हो गया था और then he was on bed rest for 2 years क्योंकि उनको वापस से पाँव लगाया था. And then she again did everything for my father, again without complaint, tirelessly, everything. So she was always and always available, whoever needed it in the family without saying anything, and so that's what I think I learned it from my mom. And then mummy जब वहाँ पे आई तो उन्होंने बहुत ज़्यादा ध्यान रखा मेरा. So I was the patient, and I look back as like कि हाँ, it was the entire caregiving experience with Nitesh. It was a hell of a journey, but even when I'm sharing this with you, it's there's always a smile comes because he was damn happy before he passed away. He was full of joy, and whatever he wanted to do, he did everything. In those last 8 months, उसको अपने फ्रेंड से मिलना था, रोड ट्रिप करनी थी, जो भी करना था, he did everything. And somewhere he knew that he's going to go. He never shared it with me. मेरे को तो कभी पता भी नहीं था कि he would go that soon because he was recovering, because he was more joyful. वही होता है ना कि क्योर और हीलिंग में बहुत फर्क होता है. And the last 1 month is when I realized कि okay, he was getting healed, maybe not cured, because he was very happy, very active. आज सेंटर गुरुद्वारा चलो, आज बीच पे चलो, आज सेंटर चैंटिंग सेंटर पे चलो, आज मेरे फ्रेंड्स को बुलाओ, 14th Feb चलो वैलेंटाइंस डे सेलिब्रेट करते हैं, घर को सजाओ. मैंने क्या बेड रेस्ट पे हो तो क्या हो गया, मैं नहीं कर सकते क्या ये सब. तो and he wrote a beautiful letter to his family also before he passed away. So that shows कि हाँ, um, whatever I did, whatever he did, whatever everyone did to help both of us in this journey, it was all worth. And ultimately, the soul passed away to the different world very peacefully, full of joy, and taking lots of good karmas with him, lots of people's blessings with him. So that is the, and when I was doing it with all my pure intentions and out of good heart, there were universe who came together to support me. So I always say it was not me doing, it was everyone else. मुझे तो पता ही नहीं था कि मैं यूएस जाऊंगी तो मुझे इतनी सारी इतनी अच्छी फैमिलीज मिल जाएंगी जो मुझे अपने घर में रखेंगी और सब कुछ करेंगे हमारे लिए. तो when you want to do everything from your pure heart, बोलते हैं ना कि पूरा कायनात आपके साथ में आ जाता है सपोर्ट करने. So that's what exactly happened, and with this I found my purpose of life, as Bhavna you found your purpose of life and started this initiative that how can we support other patients and caregivers in their journey. Then today we have many counselors, those I would say winners who have gone through the journey, caregivers who have lost their loved ones and they want to now help other people, so they become counselors and they're like कि हम कैसे किसी को भी इमोशनल सपोर्ट की जरूरत हो, वी आर ऑलवेज देयर. तो
Dimple, when we look at your journey, for example, and we look at some other people's journey, हमें दो तीन चीज़ों को समझने की ज़रूरत है. हमारे पास जो एक सोशल स्क्रिप्ट है और एक सोशल प्रेशर है, उसमें दो तीन चीज़ें हैं. एक तो ये है कि हम हमारी स्टोरीज के थ्रू, चाहे वो सावित्री की कहानी हो या वो श्रवण कुमार की कहानी हो या कोई भी और केयर गिवर्स की कहानी हो, they are very they are very gold standards and they are very lofty and they are very challenging. लेकिन caregivers come in all forms and shapes and with all kinds of abilities and limitations. And एक मुझे ऐसा लगता है कि हमारे सोसाइटी में एक ये प्रेशर है that caregivers will sacrifice themselves. Also because usually caregivers are women, so what happens is that women anyway have that pressure, right? कि भाई there are stereotypes of women कि भाई they put their families first, they are self-sacrificing and so on. अब इसमें चक्कर ये है कि भाई I believe that caregiving can be provided, should be provided, but not necessarily by sacrificing yourself in this way.
Yeah.
Increasingly, there has to be a balance. There has to be a sense of well-being. And that sense of well-being has to be during the journey. अब आप अपनी बात देख लीजिए. For example, your response was that you put in so much, right? There was an aftermath, so to speak, and you needed healing to recover. Of course, you did it beautifully. Of course, you went through a lot. And like we all recognize that. You recognize. But maybe if I have to think about myself, when my father was unwell, or if I experienced this, my response was a little more of strong ho jana. No expression. So expression is a little hard for me in general. But because of some of these life experiences, thoda और harden हो गया. So, it's not very easy for me to be overwhelmed. It's not very easy for me to certainly cry is like a far-fetched thing. कभी कभी होता है in one or two instances, in one or two relationships. पर लेकिन मुश्किल है. But I feel that feeling sad now, or being vulnerable, or being able to express your emotions through tears is okay. It is not important to be strong and to be all collected and whatever. ये ठीक है कि भाई maybe you don't need to express it with everybody on social media yeah, or broadcast it, but one can recognize one's emotions, at least with some people, and express them. And it is okay to feel sad because grief to hota hai. And in fact, in the case of terminal illness and in the case of long-term care and illness, grief is complicated because you know that there is impending death. You know that you don't know when it is going to happen. You want to do the best that you want to do, but it's not normal. So the grief is about not just कि भाई हमारी लाइफ बदल जाएगी, बदल चुकी है. The grief is कि जो हमारे dreams और hopes थे वो शायद पूरे नहीं हो पाएंगे, relationships नहीं हो पाएंगे. And there are concepts like there is anticipatory grief that caregivers go through. There is complicated grief because आप उसको express नहीं कर सकते हो. You have to be hopeful. You have to stay committed to want to cure or heal. But at the same time, you feel down and you feel, like you said, na, down hota ja raha tha. So, अब उसमें कैसे, how do you stay collected? So the grief becomes complicated. And हम एक ऐसे ज़माने में हैं जब expressing grief has become very difficult. कोई भी जो बात करता है वो ऐसे बात करेगा कि how is she doing? She's doing very well. She's calm, composed and collected. और express नहीं किया, रोई नहीं ज़्यादा, ठीक ठाक है. Whereas that is wrong. Actually जो हमारे rituals of grief हैं या जो expressions of grief हैं वो बहुत ज़रूरी हैं because उससे एक release होता है, उससे एक ability आपको मिलती है कि आप एक स्टेज से दूसरे स्टेज पे जा सकें. अगर आप अपने आप को होल्ड करके रखेंगे तो आप आगे नहीं बढ़ पाएंगे. So, recognizing grief during the caregiving journey, expressing it, especially after the caregiving journey, is absolutely critical. And it's difficult. It's not easy. सबके अपने अपने expressions होते हैं. सब एक ही तरीके से express नहीं करेंगे. So again, well-wishers, family members, even long-distance caregivers can play a very big role in simply appreciating the complicated nature of grief that caregivers go through. And इसको express करने के art is a very beautiful way to express yourself during any difficult time that you are going through, and even after. So, for example, I know from my mother, for example, after my dad passed away, she was very fond of poetry and painting. पर वो रुक जाता है because you're so busy looking after. But after my dad, I encouraged her, and she also responded. Encourage तो आप सबको करते हो, पर लेकिन सब respond नहीं करते हैं. So she responded and expressed herself through poetry and painting. And in fact, now she has a big collection of poems. So she's looking to publish her poems, which is lovely. But I do think that caregivers should find a creative expression. और creative expression का मतलब ये नहीं होता कि भाई आपको art ही आता हो. Even in the way that you cook, even in the way that you look after your house, is an expression of your unique creativity. Even in the way that you dress up is your expression of your creativity. So when we are caregivers, we should one way of healing can be to be in touch with our creative expression.
Wow, very well expressed it. I would say, yeah, you're talking about creative expressions, and आपने काफी अच्छे से express किया इसको. So thank you. And I have this question, not question really. I would say it's more of a sharing today, because we are talking about caregivers and those who have gone through the journey. They know who were their caregivers, of course. So let's say whatever you want to say to your caregivers. Like I was the caregiver for me. Let's say my mom is the caregiver. So I would say, I want to say to my mom that thank you so much for taking care of all of us always, even when my grandmother and father was on bed rest, even when I had back fracture, or when I was not feeling well in college, or every time when we all needed help. So thank you so much for doing that. And today she needs our help. She has severe back problem. She has lumbar spine L4 L5 issue, and feel bad that not going to be with her all the time. But yes, going home next month, so would be able to help her in anything I can. So thank you for that, and I will now request Rohit, what words you would want to share to your caregivers. I'll unmute you.
Hey, thank you, Dimple. So yeah, even in my case, my parents were primarily the caregivers, and then they learned everything. Like I had a catheter tube going to heart from hand veins for a whole 1 year. So then you have to do dressing yourself every week, and obviously my parents learned that from sisters that how to do. And I never thought that they will do this or they can do this, because this is something you never thought your parents will do this. So yeah, but I think that the caregiver's definition, it goes beyond that also. So for example, when I narrated you once the incident where I met one of the strangers in Bombay and they helped us with the accommodation, and then वो हर सुबह आते थे क्योंकि obviously मेरे लिए बाहर का खाना अलाउड नहीं था, तो वो रोज सुबह घर का खाना बना के लेके आते थे. 2 महीने तक वो रोज पालक का सूप बना के लेके आते थे खुद सुबह 6 बजे। उन्होंने अपने घर के सारे नए यूटेंसिल्स, मिक्सीज एंड सब हम लोगों को उस वक्त के लिए दिया। शायद से मैं उनकी जगह उस वक्त होता तो शायद से मेरे को ही लगता कि मेरा अगर मेरे को कोई मिल गया है तो शायद से मैं इनका अकोमोडेशन फाइंड करने तक हेल्प कर सकता हूँ। बट गोइंग बियॉन्ड दैट, that was something that I learned ki, and unfortunately he passed away last month only. So and his wife always said कि इनका like शौक ही ये है कि मतलब he just meets people, मतलब obviously it's Matunga, it's near the hospital, area where most of the patients prefer to stay and they come across. So that was something, and not for me only, whenever even for my parents, बल्कि मेरे parents आराम से बाहर खा सकते थे, but it will be नहीं कि आप भी घर का ही खाओ, क्योंकि आप लोगों को भी ध्यान रखना है, आप डेली बाहर का नहीं खा सकते। So that is something जो वहाँ पे भी एक तरह से केयर गिविंग डेफिनेशन जाती है। एक और इंसिडेंट है, इट्स अ वेरी स्मॉल इंसिडेंट, नॉट रिलेटेड टू माय कैंसर ट्रीटमेंट, बट लास्ट व्हेन आई वाज इन एमबीए फर्स्ट ईयर, तो जब फर्स्ट मंथ ज्वाइन किया तो इट वाज दिल्ली एंड वहाँ पे काफी weather change हुआ था। I ended up tonsillitis generally हो जाता है and it starts everything, fever and all, and it got severe on the first day. So my room was on the 3rd floor and we planned कि I will shift to ground floor next day. मतलब obviously 3rd floor will be difficult for me in terms of stairs and all, and unfortunately this happened, fever and all. So that night what happened, that they all were unknown people, obviously first month into the college they all were unknown, and then they did something very extraordinary, that 2 of them, they were awake whole night sitting next to me. I mean, this was nothing serious. It was just high fever and throat pain, but they sat there continuously and they got all the, from hostel, they got all the possible bed sheets, blankets, jo bhi hai. And then I was like, nahi, matlab, I won't go down ever. I won't change the room. Matlab, it will take me half minute extra to climb up to 3rd floor, but that is fine. And obviously till date, then you become the best. So that is also one type of caregiving that you learn.
Yeah.
So that's one of the experience.
Yeah, thank you, Rohit, for sharing this. And आपने बहुत सही बताया कि it can come in any form. Anybody can be a caregiver. Your friends, your professor, your parents, a stranger who lives nearby, and बहुत प्यार से आप सबको वो खाना खिला रहे थे. So thank you for sharing that. Yeah.
You know, Dimple, I'd like to share one more thing, which is कि one of the things that accompanies caregivers a lot, and I think आपने उसके बारे में थोड़ा सा reference भी किया था, which is कि जो caregiver होता है और जो ध्यान रखना चाहता है वो patient के साथ से दूर नहीं होना चाहता. So, you know, it becomes a little difficult for them to take a break or even go out for work. So, you know, they want to be always with so that they can take care. But patients can actually encourage them to take a break. So, for example, guilt, you know, of not being by the side of the patient is actually an experience that caregivers can significantly have. अगर वो अपने लिए कुछ करते हैं तो हम ये कहते हैं कि भाई सेल्फ केयर ज़रूरी है और आपको अपने ध्यान के लिए करना चाहिए, ये करना चाहिए, वो करना चाहिए। बट द थिंग इज़ कि जब वो ये करते हैं तो उनके साथ में एक गिल्ट भी आता है कि मैं अपना ध्यान कैसे रखूं कि ये तो बीमार है, अगर कुछ हो गया एटसेट्रा. So at that time, both the patient and the well-wishers can play a very important role. Patient can also say कि भाई आपका अपना ध्यान रखना ज़रूरी है and take a break. And well-wishers can also say what you know we discussed कि भाई give a break. आप ज़्यादा से ज़्यादा क्या कर सकते हैं, साथ में बैठ सकते हैं ना, like Rohit said, spend the night with or evening or a few hours कि भाई I will provide that respite so that you get a break, so that you can replenish, so that you can recharge your batteries and not feel very guilty about looking after yourself.
Right, definitely. And again, can totally relate कि कभी किसी चीज से खुश हो जाती थी तो लगता था नहीं, I cannot be happy, I cannot go for a movie, I cannot do this. So that guilt was there, and then finally Bhavi and everyone was like, you deserve this, take a break, you have to do it. So they'll forcefully do that, and then ultimately I felt good about it. So yes, thank you. So next we'll go to Atulji, and Atulji would like to hear from you. What words of gratitude you want to tell to your wife and family?
Yes, Dimple, thank you very much for giving me the opportunity to talk. I am very, very thankful to God, very grateful for giving me a caregiver in my wife and my family, my children, my mother, and my friends. So they have all helped me to in my journey so far, and they have been a very good support. And as you were discussing, I would like to add a few things here. When, uh, when your friends come in and they ask for help, so you have to definitely tell them that, okay, this time you do this thing, this time you do this thing. Otherwise, what happens is like one time you'll get 4 or 5 tips, and the other time you are not getting anything, you know. So the caregivers, they can definitely allocate to the friends the duties, whatever they have to do. So it is all very, very systematic and then well organized. So the caregivers don't have all the things on them, and they can feel relaxed. Even like my wife, when I was in the hospital, she used to come back home for doing her daily things, because at the time of my operation, myself, my wife, and my son was here. My daughter and my parents were in India. So she had to do the home chores also. So my friends came in, they relieved her of the duty. She could come back home. So that was quite a good relief. And then they also were like a direct caregiver for me. And yes, I am very, very grateful to all of them, and especially my wife. And she not only helped me through this journey, but she has always been proactive in finding out different ways of how she can like improve on the things on my journey, what practices to do, what things to learn, what nutrition I should have. So all those things have helped me. Yes.
Wow. Thank you. I was fortunate to speak to her last time for 2 minutes, and I could see that positivity, that vibrations on her face. Ki wow, आप लोग एक बहुत बड़ी जर्नी से निकले हो, and today, touch wood, but happily taking care of each other. So she's equally blessed to have you. You're blessed to have her. So thank you, Atulji, for sharing that.
And also, I would like to add one more thing, like the caregivers. Yes, as you both said, Bhavana ji also, and you also said that caregivers like want to, or they are strong enough to act as like a superheroes, but they are also vulnerable inside. So they must show their vulnerability to their friends or to whoever they can share it with, so that they don't break. You know, there is a breaking point. So they should take care of this thing very, very much. And also the patient, they may not say anything to the caregivers, but they definitely feel that what is going on with the caregivers.
Yeah.
Yes.
Right. Thank you for sharing that. Yeah. Pranab ji, are you there? Pranab ji? No, I think he was. Pranab ji, are you there? I think he's not there. But that's okay. बहुत अच्छा लगा आप सबसे अपना अपना पर्सपेक्टिव सुन के. How we all are grateful for our loved ones, and for me, जो वहाँ पे US में इतने सारे लोग थे, you know, even today, most of the time I think about them. Maybe every month I think about them, and I feel very grateful. And many of them are not on WhatsApp, so I wish there was another way to connect with them on regular basis. And at times I write emails to them, and you know how grateful I am. Even today I think about you and everything, and I wish मुझे हमेशा ऐसा लगता है कि काश मैं उनसे और ज्यादा बात कर पाती, बिकॉज तब मैं किसी और जोन में थी जब ये सब चल रहा था. तो आई कुड नेवर थैंक देम रियली अच्छे तरीके से कभी हम बैठ के किसी और चीज पर बातें नहीं कर पाए, एंड नाउ आई एम हियर एंड काफी लोगों से, बिकॉज देयर सम पीपल आर ओल्ड एज वेल, सो दे आर नॉट इवन ऑन ईमेल्स, एंड यूएस में इतने ज्यादा लोग शायद व्हाट्सएप नहीं यूज करते हैं, so I was like, okay, how to I get in touch with them again? But yeah, there is some other way. So thank you for all of you for sharing your perspectives and how grateful you all are towards your caregivers. And Bhavna ji, special thanks to you for giving your time to come here and share your experience as a caregiver, how your journey began, and how wonderfully you caregiver Sathi are trying to help terminally ill patients. And it's just amazing to see all of us who are trying to do some good work for us as well as for others, because जब हम कुछ अच्छा करते हैं तो we give back and we receive lots of blessings and love in return. So it's just amazing, and not just us, but there are many others who are not here on the call maybe. And like Rohit told me last week that, Dimple, I want to do something, I am free on the weekends, I want to do something for other cancer patients, how can I volunteer? And I was like, wow, this is the beauty of doing the good work, I would say. Lots of people come together and we all form a pool of, I would say, community, that, okay, how can we together, because पैसा खत्म हो जाता है, सब चीजें मेरी चीजें खत्म हो जाती है, but the beauty of social capital, it never ends, it always grows and grows and grows. So I'm very happy to have you, Bhavna ji, here with us, and all of you as well.
Yeah. Dimple, one of the things that I'd like to say, and because the session is for caregivers, and caregivers tend to be invisible, and and it happens because bimari ya patient is front and center, right? So the caregiver tends to be a little on the side, often invisible. We are doing an exercise of gratitude. We recognize that. We recognize caregivers. However, many caregivers remain unrecognized. One way of making sure that caregivers can take help, can recognize each other, or can, it can become a everyday thing. So like I was saying, conversations about death and dying need to be every day, as much as conversations about illnesses. And I think caregiving is a role. It is not everything in a person's life. It is important for us to shine the light on caregivers. The best way to do that is to tell our caregiving stories. So, at Caregiver Sathi, we have a video series we run, which is called Gentle Warriors. So we call our caregivers gentle warriors.
Wow.
And we would like to encourage many caregivers to tell their story. Because कई बार क्या होता है, caregivers को ऐसा लगता है कि I'm probably, going through this alone. So we would like for other gentle warriors to help other gentle warriors by telling their stories. And so if there are some here, and if there are patients here who would like to encourage their caregivers to tell their story, then one way to express your gratitude can be to encourage your caregivers to tell their story. Yeah. However it doesn't have to be only a story of superherodom. It doesn't have to be the story of quote unquote victory. It can be a story of vulnerability, and it can be a story of difficulty. And the more we will share, the more we will heal. Sharing our stories is a way of healing. And because this is a session on healing, I would like to say that one other thing that caregivers can do is to share their stories.
Yeah, very well said. In fact, on the same lines, I would like to say that we do hear and write on caregivers as well as on patients, क्योंकि हम सबकी जर्नी हमसे हमेशा कुछ ना कुछ सीखने को मिलता है. So, like you said, silent caregivers or those whose stories are not out there. So it's their journey, and उन्होंने अपनी जर्नी में बहुत कुछ सीखा है. And 2 days back, somebody came to me who lost her mother just 1 month ago, and she said, Dimple, मैंने एक story पढ़ा था तुम्हारी website पे, and I'm also now I'm ex caregiver, but मैंने अपनी mom की journey से बहुत कुछ सीखा है, so can I also share my story? मैंने कहा wow, काफी कम लोग बोल पाते, express कर पाते, and you yourself is coming and saying that I want to share. So yes, if you know any caregiver, any patient who would like to share and they are comfortable in sharing it, then we would want to spread it to other people, because काफी लोगों ने हमें बोला है कि जो जर्नीज होती है एक दूसरे की, वो उन्हें बहुत इंस्पायर करती है. Don't look at the outcome, we see the process, because the process is very beautiful. So they get inspired by, अच्छा हाँ मैं relate कर पा रही हूँ, ये तो मेरे साथ में भी हुआ है, ओ इसको ऐसे नहीं ऐसे करना चाहिए. So before you can avoid some wrong decisions, and you can get guidance from everyone else as well. So if you know others, we would love to hear them and write on them, so that we can spread good part to other people as well. Great. So thank you so much, everyone. We'll see you in next Healing Circle Sunday 5 o'clock. And once again, thank you, Bhavna ji, and thank you everyone else for joining us today in this Healing Circle Talks on caregivers. Thank you.
Thank you so much.